Good morning, everybody. It's a Savage Stacker. All right. Yes, I know it's been many weeks since I've made a video, and I'm going to try to keep on top of it because, well, I feel like I've let you guys down, but I got very busy, and then I went on a vacation, and now I'm back. I just got over a horrible flu, but now I feel good. I feel like I'm on top of my game. And we're going to get back into this. As you can tell by my hands, I am been on vacation. I mean, all my calluses and everything are basically gone. I mean, super soft hands right now. As soft as they are ever going to get. But I have been just, relaxing, trying to just ease into the winter. And I was doing 14, 16-hour days, a lot of days this whole summer, and and it's been a long summer, and now I'm ready for winter. So, yep, got to go on vacation. We went to Maui, Hawaii for 8 days, and it was beautiful. It was great. I mean, everything that you would expect at Hawaii, and I got really sick the last 2 days we were there, and I will tell you, it is nice to be back home. And it would have been nice to come back to some more work for a few weeks, but it looks like my season is at its end. They did call me in on Friday to go in and do some loads, but we'll see what happens. I go to the doctors tomorrow, and we'll see if they're going to put me on disability or not, because if they are, then my season is definitely over. But that will free up a bunch of time, and I will get back to the videos. All right, so yesterday I went to the coin shop. A couple times a year, I take my change, I roll it all up, and I bring it down to the bank and go get some cash, and then I go to the coin shop. And normally, about twice a year, I have enough to go get a 10-ounce bar or a 1/10 ounce gold twice a year with my change, but I have been using my card a lot, so I only had $75. And with that $75, I got 3 of these that were in his case. And I could have just went ahead and got some government minted bullion or something, but I got these right here. They were 25 bucks each, not bad. And I know them from APMEX. I've seen them around. I know they're kind of expensive. But yeah, I picked them up for a decent price, and why not? Just some cool fancy silver to add to the stack. Why not? Got it for a generic price, way under what APMEX charges. So I picked 3 of those up, 75 bucks for 3 of them, and not too bad. I mean, why not? I could have got Eagles or whatever else, Maples or whatever, but my government minted bullion days are kind of behind me. I did that whole kick for a long time, and I'm just not really into it right now. Maybe I'll get back to it later, but just right now I'm not. But what I went in there for was I'm looking for 1 ounce, random 1 ounce bars. Anything from the trade units to, little Engelhard bars or Johnson Matthey or whatever I can find. And there's a lot of cool 1 ounce bars out there. And ever since Silverstruck came out with his videos about collecting 1 ounce bars, and I have not been able to find not a single 1 ounce bar. And normally my coin shop has hundreds of them, and I can't find one. But he did tell me that he got a bunch of silver in, a bunch of 1 ounce, just hodgepodge of just a full bowl full of bars and rounds and just all kinds of stuff. Somebody getting rid of their collection, and he said he's going to go through it, make sure there's no high priced, like Morgans or something in there, and go through it, and he'll pull out all the bars for me and have them for you ready for Thursday. So the future's looking bright on some 1 ounce bars. Normally I don't like 1 ounce bars at all. And then when I finally want to go do it with the 1 ounce bars, I just can't find them anywhere. And I kind of want to get into that deal where, just start buying these little funky 1 ounce bars, the old vintage, the art bars, just the different kind of stuff. And usually you can't go into a coin shop and not run into 1,500 of these little things, you know, and you just kind of brush over them and grab something else. But now that I want them, just can't find them anywhere. So maybe what Silverstruck did was brought it to people's, fruition, or just brought it to people's attention, and now they're buying them all up. Who knows? There is a stacker here in this town that I don't know who it is, but they buy a lot of silver, then turn around and sell it right away. And he told me, he's like, yeah, I get a guy who comes in here all the time, buys silver in 1 week and turns around and sells it the next week. And I don't know why the guy does that. I've came up with quite a few of his coins. He'll buy gold, and it'll be, say, 2020, and then 2 months later in 2020, he'll sell it right back to the coin shop. So apparently the guy's not paying attention or watching the community, because we would tell him, you don't do that. It's a long-term hold. So, but there's a guy out there here locally that buys a lot of silver and gold and turns around and sells it 6 months later to him, which is super odd to me. And but I guess, if that's what people want to do with their money and lose those premiums, that's what they're going to do. I just wish he would sell some 1 ounce bars so I can pick them up. All right, so let me get into this real quick, and we're going to name the video after this. I just wanted to catch up, tell everybody I'm back from Hawaii and all that. And I don't tell people that I'm gone. That's part of my security, is not letting people know that I'm leaving town. And anything over a day, I panic, So I took a lot of my silver. I put some over here. I put some over there. I put some in the safety deposit box. I put it in like 5 locations. That way, if something ever happened, I would still be able to fall back on the other stuff. So I do that to keep myself safe and my metals safe. So if you go out of town, don't tell people that you're leaving town. That is a very, very bad idea. And it might not be your buddy or your family member that's going to rob you, but if they ever told somebody, that would be the person that would end up robbing you. And so just try to keep it on the down low. Try not to tell anybody. All right. So through my travels, through a few different airports and diners and coffee shops and the beach and just everywhere, there's a buzz, and I'm sure you guys have heard it as well. People are very concerned. There is not a coffee shop or a diner or a cafe or anything that I went to while I was on vacation where there wasn't somebody or multiple people or multiple tables or whatever talking about inflation, bank failures, BRICS nation, war. I mean, the buzz is real. People are very concerned out there. I'd just be sitting there eating, trying not to think about all this stuff, because I'm thinking about it and talking about it quite often. And I just listen. And people are very concerned right now. There's people that are like, I don't know what to do. Should I take my money out of the bank? Should I, buy this, or should I do that, or put money in this stock or take it out of stocks? And people are concerned. They're stressed out. And these are just normal, average, everyday people, not stackers, not anybody, just normal citizens. And you can't get away from it. You cannot get away from people talking about what's going on in the world. And it is very concerning to people. And when the masses start getting concerned and you hear it everywhere, every day, be grateful and thankful that you've been doing this for a while, because a lot of people don't. We are the 1%. These other 99% of the population are just now going, oh, maybe I should get prepared and get ready and do something to help the future of my children, my family, and the safety and all that stuff. They're not thinking like that. When things are going good, people don't want to think about things being bad until they're in their face And then all of a sudden it's panic mode. And when panic sets in with people in the masses, the sheeple, or just everybody, you want to be already prepared. And I've been talking about this for a long time, that, get extra food, get extra water. And there's a lot of people that have been saying this for quite a while. And since like 2014, I have been prepping and preparing myself and my family for hardship. And stacking precious metals starting back early 2019 was just the icing on the cake. It was just the topper, It was just like, I've been doing all this other stuff, stacking food and prepping and all these things, and bug out bags and all this stuff. And this was just the final straw of like, okay, what can I do with my money now that's gonna help me save and keep us, living sustainable and prosperous through any kind of hardship. And so I got into stacking precious metals, and it has been a godsend that I've been able to do this. And I am very, very concerned that the 99% all around us, they're not preparing for any of this, and where and what's going to happen when they panic, right? So I worry about my security, my safety, and my livelihood of my whole family. So I'm trying to figure out a way to ramp up security. I'm trying to find a way to, save more money, and find a way to put out the message for these people, so the more people that are being sustainable and thinking about their future and about something that could happen, right? Just being prepared, the less problems you'll have with crime and stuff if something goes down. So for every person that you teach about this stuff is one less person you have to be concerned about if things go bad. And that's why I do this, not the only reason why I do this, because I am genuinely concerned for other people. Like, I care that people, are hurting. I care that people don't have food, or, they can't pay their bills, and they're losing their property because they overspent and lived outside of their means and had to sell their stuff off. I care about what happens to them. And that's why I try to teach people and motivate people to do the next right thing, or the best thing to live a sustainable life. And I know that there's times in life where people just feel backed into a corner and that you can't get out. And I hear excuses from people all the time, because I'm like, hey, just go back to school, night school, couple hours. And they're like, yeah, but my situation, you don't understand my situation. So yeah, but if this wasn't going on, I'd be able to better my life, and blah, blah, blah. Dude, there has been times where me and my wife didn't see each other for a year or two, because she's working nights, I'm working days. One's taking care of the kids while they're sleeping at nighttime, and the other one's taking care of, or I come in and we'll split half days and half days, right? And there's been times where I haven't even seen my wife, and we're taking care of kids on opposite shifts, or we're dumping off the kids at the in-laws, and we're both working, 16-hour days. I mean, there's been times where we have really gone, like, I don't even know how we made it through some of these situations, but we did. And I make sure that when we're going through things like that, it's not just to survive. It's to find a means to an end, a way to better our situation. And we shouldn't be going through situations like that to just work, to just get by, because that's not living. It's not living, and it isn't. It's just you're just struggling to just make ends meet. So make sure that every move that you make is another step forward in the right direction, to a means to an end of a not great situation, and to better your life, to better your your livelihood, your way of, your means of living. And if you can do that for a short time, 6 months or whatever, and the old saying, this too shall pass, to better your situation. Now we have a schedule where it's just, me and my wife work throughout the day, and then we are back home at nighttime, and we're here with the kids and all that. They're in school now, so, they've been in school for some years now, but, back in the day, we had 3 kids, and they weren't in school, and we were juggling. And, putting myself through school and doing school and working at the same time, it was rough. And we figured it out. And it all for the better. So I know out there, sometimes you're in a situation and you don't think it's going to get any better, but have a plan. Have a plan and stack some extra food up. Get yourself some medals, and this too shall pass. But the buzz is real out there right now. People are very concerned, and if we keep ourselves one step ahead of the curve here, we can do all right. And especially if something happens, they're trying to find recruiters to ramp up the military, and I'm sure there's going to be a draft. Like, there's so many things that are going on the home front right now that we should probably be concerned about, but they don't really talk about until it happens. And all of a sudden they're going to be all, oh, we're doing a draft. Then what do you do? Could send your children out to war, like that's very concerning to me. So what do? I teach my children how to be healthy, eat right, exercise, and prepare themselves to be, physically fit if something like that was ever to happen, right? And these are just things that I'm trying to do with my family because they are very possible to happen. And the buzz going around right now is people are very concerned about all these things. But I'm afraid that they're concerned a little late. I've been concerned about this since 2014 and still don't feel like I'm prepared enough to be 100% sustainable. So keep yourself prepared, keep your mind strong, and stacking for me is the icing on the cake. It was the end process for me. The first process was get out of debt. The second part of the process was, stack up some food and bug out bags and all that silly stuff. And then the next part of the process was learning how to garden and have a nice sustainable, I tried the organic garden thing and building up the soil and the microbes and all that. And boy, some years it's really good and some years it's really bad. So I started adding other stuff to my garden, regular nutrients, and getting a way better garden. So these are things I had to learn, teach myself how to do. And once I taught myself all that and reading books and all that good stuff, the icing on the cake, after learning how to do all that stuff, micro farming and all that, was stacking precious metals. And doing all that while working 12-hour days, right? So, yes, sometimes it's hard work, but we got to stay ahead of the curve, because once the masses start panicking, once that buzz turns into an all-out panic, the people that are prepared are going to be caught with their pants down, because I think it is the 11th hour. It has been the 11th hour, and you should be ready. You should be prepared 5 or 6 years ago. And nobody thinks about these things until it's time to happen. They'd rather call people crazy, spend all this money, get into debt and all these things, and then all of a sudden, boom, mic drop. It's here. Economy's bad. You can't pay your bills. You lose your job, and you have nothing to fall back on. You have no extra money, no extra food, no nothing. And then panic sets in, crime rate goes up, and everybody's freaking out. So the buzz is real. People are concerned. I'm hearing it everywhere. I cannot go anywhere without hearing somebody going, oh my God, the prices of everything, inflation, and can you believe in what's going on in Gaza? Or can you believe this? Or another bank failed today, and it's just not on YouTube. It's with the public. These are people out there every day talking about this stuff. So I am highly grateful that I started doing this. I know that you guys are too. Savage Stacker's back. I hope everybody's ready for some more videos. And hey, let's do the dang thing. Thank you everybody for coming by. It is a Savage Stacker. Remember to hit that bell icon to get updated on my latest videos. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. Savage Stacker is over and out.